Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laureli Shimayo. This is our MeWe Awakening panel for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and many online. This is our online awakening panel on animal communication and healing. We have 5 practitioners right now that specialize in animal communication and healing that will be answering your questions tonight. It's free to be here to listen and learn, and it's a small price to ask a question of the panel. It's 16 to 24 sliding scale and $10 for BIPOC folks as a step to making reparations. We are excited to get started. We'll have all the practitioners introduce themselves and go ahead and share about the theme as you introduce yourselves, since it's just so integrated with so much of what you all do. And then we'll be answering questions. We request that you pay ahead if you want to ask a question, and then let me know in the chat that you've paid already, so I make sure I get you in line, and the emails will generally go in line with your questions. We're here for 2.5 hours, so we'll be here until 8 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, great, and more people coming. All right, let's see. I'm going to spotlight the practitioners, so let me do that first and get you all up here. And then we'll start doing the introductions. And I'll share a bit more of the process before we start answering questions. So you might want to think about what sort of question you might want to ask the panel as we go through. And I know some of you may have already paid too. Oh yeah, so some of you did. So I'll go through and get all that right now while they're sharing. So maybe let's go in the order that we went earlier. If that works for everyone, we'll have Carolyn, and then Cynthia, and then Cindy, and then Susie, and then Michelle. All right, and go ahead and take a good 2 minutes or a little longer to introduce yourself if you like. That's great. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Okay. Hi, everyone. It's so great to see you all here. I'm Carolyn Osborn. I'm hailing from Los Angeles, and I'm an energy intuitive. I work with people and animals both, and I'm an animal communicator, animal healer. I use energy medicine, and a medical intuitive. So I'm all about bringing you and your animals to better understanding and better balance, so that they can be at their best in whatever way they need to be. And with the communication, of course, checking in and see how they're feeling, what they have to say. And they always have something exciting to say to you, their caretaker. I do a lot with rescue animals, getting them cleared of old traumas and anxiety and stress, especially if you've adopted one recently, because it's really important to help clear them of their past so that they can really be present with you and move forward and not be carrying that stress into their new life with you. So that's one of the areas that I work with. And just general healing. The modality I used is based on Chinese medicine. So it's sort of like acupuncture without needles. It's working on the whole physical, emotional, mental, spiritual levels. And it really helps balance you and your animals. And allowing you guys to be at your best. So other than that, I also work with horses. I do a lot with horses, as well as birds, cats, and dogs, and other smaller animals. And with the horses, I do a lot, as well as just the general healing of the horse. I do the balancing between the horse and rider to help get the rider and the horse working together, so they have a better partnership and team experience. And I look forward to your questions. So, and I offer a free 20-minute consultation, so you can always contact me and we can talk and discuss anything that you might have, and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. So thank you so much, and enjoy the panel. We look forward to your questions.
Thanks so much, Carolyn. Cynthia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia Okimoto. I am based in New York City. I am a Reiki and animal communicator and healer. I also have a natural gift to heal people and animals. I don't have a name for the healing technique, but I basically hold the animal in my attention, and whatever needs to clear, heal starts to clear and heal. The types of clients that I've typically worked with and had success with are ones where there's rear or hind leg issues, such as dogs that are about to go into a doggy wheelchair situation, or some animals that have cancer or need a blood transfusion. And the other type of client that I've worked a lot with are people who have multiple pets. So they could have multiple dogs, multiple cats, or different kinds of animals, and their animals don't tend to get along, like they fight, or some of them have a bigger personality than the other. And I help balance the energy in the home so that all the animals have an equal opportunity to express their personality and not get excessively bullied or neglected, because people don't realize that there's the group dynamic, which is always happening in the family. Let me see what else. Yeah, and right now I'm a holistic dog trainer. So most of my clients are in New York, and I work with families to help choose a pet for them, and I'll let them know how I see the animal potentially interacting in their space with their children, with other pets, and tell them about how long the adjustment period is going to take, as well as the overall personality of the dog or cat. Like some animals want to live in the city or the country. They want to be a purse pet, I don't know. They're more diva-ish. So, or they want to be a lap dog. So it's just important that you get the right individual animal for your particular situation, especially if you're adopting. It really helps bring down the return rate, which can ultimately positively affect the animal's psychology. They can feel kind of bad if they get rehomed several times. That's it.
Right. And you just had me thinking too, there was I don't know, maybe it was something I saw on Facebook or it was HuffPost. I don't know what it was, but it was something changed in New York where you can only have dogs on the subway if they fit in a bag. And so the humor of all the funny ways that people put dogs in bags. I don't know if you all saw that, but yeah, you mentioning New York, suddenly I was thinking about that. It was great. Oh, all right. Cindy is next.
Hi, I am Cindy McGonagle. I am a psychic medium and I work as an animal communicator here just outside of Palm Springs. And as an animal communicator, I volunteer at a no-kill shelter. What I do there is I basically meet every animal and ask them to tell me, what is your story? How did you really come to the shelter? And I keep a little notebook on this that I share with the staff. My next question to them usually, and I usually do give them a little bit of Reiki to help calm them down. I ask them, what are you looking for in a forever home? Because my goal is to have animals really find their forever home and not be returned to the shelter at any time in their life. I also work teaching animal communication because I believe it's a passion of mine, and I think that animals really need to be heard. And one of the things that I do in my animal communication course is to really delve deep between the relationship you have with animals, past life, present life, maybe some of your soul contracts that you've had with animals, as well as helping you to connect with lost animals, animals on the other side that are in spirit form that are still wanting to work with you and love you in your current family. So I really hope that you'll enjoy tonight and join all of us by asking really good questions so we can delve deep and help you and your animals. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. All right, then I think Susie and then Michelle.
Hey, I'm Susie Parker Goins of Blue Lightning Healing and Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. I'm a channel, an energy healer, and a guide. My website is bluelightninghealing.com, and I'm going to throw in this plug for October 30th, Jumpstart Your Spiritual Life. You can go to the front page of my website at bluelightninghealing.com, and there is a link for the funnel page there. Okay, that's being said, I am a channel, so I bring energy through to talk to you. I'm also a medium. That doesn't mean I'll bring your dog through me to express personally, because no, that won't work. But I can talk to them and we can get an idea of what your connection with them is. It's been an interesting experience for me because this panel has opened me up to that. To these gifts, and I'm excited to have them. We adopted our own rescue. Uh, it was last August, so he's been with us over a year. And I've been working my little animal communication skills on him, and I find he works better when I give him images. I can't just say the words to him telepathically, but I have to give him an image of what we're doing. I was so excited when I told him, look, man, I just want you to come over so I can scratch your chin. And he looks up at me. He does communicate very clearly with me. Um, it's just I'm trying to get past that human part. So it's a process we can all learn, and with practice we can all do it. And it's really quite fun to connect. And these panels have also helped me understand, the cats that I've had and what they've been going through. And I talk to the cats now. So this is a panel where, yes, the questions are marvelous and the practitioners are fabulous. And it's going to open everybody up to a deeper understanding with their pets or animals in general. And it's not limited to just dogs and cats. I talk to dragons and other sorts of animals, and it's exciting. And so I'm looking forward to talking to everybody. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Susie. Michelle.
Hello, I'm Michelle Mahler, and I have a business called I have been communicating or listening to animals communicate with me for probably about 20 years, and it's been really magical and beautiful. And I've been able to help some people with understanding what their animals need or when they're ready to let go, and maybe the owners aren't quite understanding that yet. I guess I was have been called to be a animal hospice intuitive, if you'd call it that, where I can help the human and the pet to get ready to say goodbye to each other in a more graceful and easy way. And then also pets that are, just having some issues with maybe trauma or being a rescue animal. That's a very, common situation for dogs and cats to be stressed by certain triggers, and there's certain aromatherapy blends that you can use to help with that, and also just things you can do for yourself to calm your energy to help them too. So that's some of the things that I tune into. I also tune into some mythical creatures and animal totem energies, and make aromatherapy blends to go along with that, to wear like on your chest and the back of your neck for humans, to bring in the brain effect energies of the oils that are connected to the qualities and strengths of those totem animals. So for like eagle, it would be having clear sight and vision and seeing the big picture. So I would put oils in that would help expand your third eye and open your mind and maybe think outside the box a little. And when you apply those to the back of the neck and the heart, you to connect to them very quickly and get out of your own way to be more intuitive. And then also that can help you with connecting with your pets to be intuitive yourself. So I hope that explains a little of what I do, and I'm looking forward to seeing how wonderful this panel is going to be tonight. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Michelle. And it's the first time Michelle's on one of our panels. Very excited to have you here. We have another practitioner that might be joining us a little bit later. That would be Laureli Bryan. She does angel alchemy and animal and human energy healing. We will see if she makes it. And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader, body psychology coach, matchmaker. I recognize often that the people's eyes and their animals' eyes are often very well connected. We do a great job choosing animals that really get us a lot of the time. Sometimes, though, there might be differences, and I might be able to see that. I love to read people's eyes, to read their soul and help them on their life purpose and make great choices to how to live their purpose. I might not be reading any of the animals tonight. I'm mostly here facilitating the panel, and I might have something to share about you and about your animals or something like that. We'll see. All right. Well, practitioners, after listening to each other, is there anything else that you want to share about what you do? Sometimes listening to each other, we remember something else.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
I do the similar thing where I really help people who, when their animals are getting ready to cross, to help convey those messages back and forth. It's a really important thing. I think it helps both the animal and the person. It helps the person in particular be willing to let go and support their animal, and also just getting those final messages back and forth. So it's a great service to offer, and they really appreciate that. And just, communicating with our animals is so important, and letting them know they're going somewhere, that you're leaving or something. All of those things are so important, and they really, really appreciate knowing these things. They kind of know, but it gives them comfort. So that's it.
Great. Anyone else? And then Michelle, I was out shopping the other day and I went dropping off flyers and I saw your oils. It was great. See our products all over the place. Yeah. Or your sprays. I saw your healing sprays, maybe is what I saw. Yeah, it's great. All right. Question. All right, great. All right. Now, if anything else, we'll dive into some questions. Before we start answering questions, let me put again in the chat how to pay if you're interested in asking a question of the panel. You can pay by PayPal or Venmo. We've got 3 people in line right now. They're all here. And my dog. One moment. There was some noise down the lower part of the house. I do not know if my girlfriend's coming over or if something else is happening, but yeah, Lotte wanted to show up. Let's see. So when you ask a question of the panel, it's a great opportunity for all of you listening to practice opening to your intuition with animals, as you can see what comes through you. If that's similar to what we share, you might have something come through you that's very valid that we happen to not share. But it's a great opportunity to see if there's resonance. And then I recommend that you have something to write with, because often the messages that come through are fleeting. That's a great way to just track them. I request that you allow the attention to stay up on the panel tonight. So if something does come through, if you could please hold that until we finish answering someone's question. And then if you want, you're welcome to private chat them in Zoom and ask them if they want to hear what came through for you. But please honor whatever they share. They might be full and not want to hear. And please trust that it came through you for another reason. Do your best to not take that personally. Also, when you ask a question of the panel, we may go deeper than you intend us to go in this public format that's recorded, that's going to get posted online, or we might talk about other topics that you don't want us talking about here. That's totally okay. We have more people coming. That's totally okay. Please just let us know if you want to let us know ahead of time, or as soon as we start going in a direction you don't want us to go, please just interrupt and let us know. We're here to honor you. I think that's really what we need. And hi, are you happy to be here? Yeah, is it okay if I put you down for a minute? I'm going to use both my hands. Yeah, but you can come down. All right. All right, then we can get started. And whoever is going to be asking the question, if you want to turn on your video and be up here on the spotlight with us, that's great. You don't have to. Yeah, so let's see. We've got Craig first. Craig, do you want to come up on stage with us? Okay,
Hello.
great. Hi. All
So
right.
my name's Craig. I live in Portland, Oregon. We have a wonderful little dog named Holly. She's very sweet and very intelligent. My wife and she can talk extremely well. Holly understands everything she says. When we take her on walks, she walks us. And if she doesn't want to go somewhere, she just stops, plants her feet, and we just have to go with her. And then also we work with her every day on training, doing things like spin, roll over, shake, go to your bed, things like that. And one of them is sit, stay, and come. And she can do that. You say come and she'll come and get the reward. But when there's no reward, when I want her to come to me, I say come, and she just looks at me from 20 feet away. And so I would like her to come when I tell her to. And so I have 2 questions. One is, in like traditional dog training we've been to, and some books you read, there's the idea that you have to be the alpha and establish dominance, I guess. So I'd like your opinion on that. And the other thing is, if you have suggestions for me to get her to come to me when I want her to.
That's great. So yeah, so practitioners, just raise your hand when you're ready to go. Craig, have you played around with any ways of being more alpha with her? I'll ask, since I've had dogs, but I don't really, not my thing. So I'll ask these questions.
Ask it again, please.
Have you played around with any way of having more of a hierarchy with her, where it's not her leading everything?
No.
I know, like, there's
She's
simple
the
things
boss.
there's simple, well, if you want to, and see what difference it makes, you can do simple things like you go through doorways first, hold her back on the leash, and you go through first. Feed yourself
Okay.
first before you feed her. So there are all kinds of
Right.
things like that you can do.
Yeah, we spoil her. And,
Because right now she thinks that you should come to her.
yeah, exactly. I do. So yes, those are good suggestions. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
I know some people say like no dogs on the bed and all that stuff, but it's like, I guess you get to choose how much of a problem it is. Like, is it a big deal? Like, do you really want her to come to you when you call?
Yeah, like if we're outside of the house or something, I call her, want her to come, or just inside the house if I want her to come over to the door to take her out.
Does it matter
wanted
if
to
you change your voice at all, the pitch of your voice? Like if you, can she feel you meaning it? Does it matter?
Yeah, I do that, and then but I end up walking over to her with this kind of a stern voice, and then she'll come. But I pretty much have to go over to her, even with the stern voice.
But if you do get stern, she makes some progress towards you.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll let the experts take it. That's just a little bit that I think of.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Susie is ready. Go ahead, Susie.
Hey, Craig. Um, what I have learned with our dog, we got him during the pandemic, and he bonded with my husband primarily, and I was fine. He's not going to listen to me until other family members we've all fallen in the way. I have learned that I praise him a lot, and he does wait for us in the kitchen while we're cooking food because he expects a snack, but now he also knows that he's not always going to get a snack. We don't use it for training so much. I don't know how old your dog is. Did you say?
4.5.
Okay, because Cosmo's over a year. So we have used snacks sometimes, but we've stopped doing that. But we do maintain that praise. So he knows that when he comes to us, he's going to get that, oh, you're such a good dog, and the pets and all that stuff.
Okay.
Um, she does feel like she's like, you're not the boss of me. And so, yeah, you don't have to really assert your dominance there. I don't think that's really what you want. You want to have like a nice, even relationship, right?
Right.
She's a companion.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and by the same turn, you're her companion. So working on that balance, but kind of losing the stern voice. Don't let it's like raising a kid. The first time you yell at a kid, you've lost whatever you're trying to get.
Right.
So maintain that level of kindness and chipper, like, come on, you're such a good girl. Come on, and talk to her that way. And she loves that. That really helps to feed her little doggy ego.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
And yeah, I'll just jump in again, Craig, too. Like, you've been taught that you should be able to get her to come. Like, how much do you really want that? Maybe it's not a big deal. And there's Cynthia's ready.
Oh, I want it.
All right, Cynthia, go ahead.
Hi, sure. So I'll put on my holistic dog training hat for a minute. What I would say is 99% of my clients, their dogs don't know the come command. And I don't know why that is, but I think it is one of the most important ones, especially if your dog is off leash outside. You want them to listen. So the first thing that I would say is if your dog is not coming when you without a treat, I would say that you have to entice her to want to come. So you would say her, Holly, and then, have a hand gesture, come. And then, she might get a treat, or she might get to play a game with you, like you're going to toss the ball, or she's like Susie says, you're going to smile, or, give her a pet or something, like, like a rub. The other thing as well is that if she's mostly not wanting to come, I would say it's because there's probably not enough play happening or enough engagement. So if it's outside, she probably wants to sniff around outside and have more fun out there. And it's a game to not come, because then you might have to go get her.
Right.
And then, if they're not playing enough games, like there's all different kinds of games that you can play with them, whether it's like a snuffle mat, which you can get, that's like a newer thing in the pet industry, or like a treat dispenser, or you can do like playing fish, like people with cats, they have the rope and they kind of go like this, and the dogs or cats like to jump and bat it. If you're not playing enough games with her, like generally dogs won't come because they want to engage in a game, and that's the only way that they want to do it. So I would look into when she doesn't come, I would say, you know, if I'm only, because you're teaching her stuff, but it's not, maybe it's not fun for her,
Uh-huh.
you know, so maybe engage in more fun with her so that when she does come, she's going to get, you know, positive reinforcement through a treat or a surprise. You can vary the treats that you have, or you're going to play a game with her.
Okay. She loves her ball. We're throwing her ball all day long for her.
Mhm.
And then she won't bring it back. She'll only come so far and she stops. And then I have to get the ball. So we're just pushovers, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of people have that issue. So next time that you're going to do that, just wait, and it's going to be like a standoff for possibly 5 or 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And she's going to learn if she wants to play, she has to bring the ball all the way to you.
Okay.
It's and I tell this to my clients, I'm like, it's a negotiation. This is not a transaction. It's a negotiation of, you know, who's going to do what.
All right.
So as long as you win the big negotiation, she'll start bringing it to you every time, but you can't falter and give in because you have to go to a meeting or somebody texts you, or, you know, you think she's dumb and she doesn't get it. Like, it's a negotiation.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Great, we've got Carolyn and then Cindy. And someone in the audience asked if they could see your dog. Did you have a photo? Can you go pick up your dog?
Let's see. It's over here. Where is she?
Yeah, that was my question, is how old and what kind of dog?
I seem to remember that it's a small dog, but I'm not certain. I was thinking about the ball, like he could just carry a ball in his pocket too, right? Show the ball when he wants her to come, but how big is she?
I believe he said she was 4.
She's 4 years old, but how? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's great.
She's 4.5 now.
Great. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add and just kind of reinforce what Cynthia was saying. It's a waiting game, and you are always teaching them. And so they are, if we're not teaching them, they're teaching us. And so you do have to be very patient. You have to say, no, this is what I'm doing, and you're not going to give in, like Cynthia was saying, because if you give in, then they're like, they won. And it's and switch things around. Like sometimes you give her a treat, sometimes you don't. The praise is really important. If your energy is very supportive and very calm, then that helps them to feel like, okay, there's always some sort of reward, whether it's food, a pet, or a pat, or something. Another thing I've heard a lot of good things about clicker training. You know, use a little clicker and get them used to that. So it's not a treat, but they respond to the sound.
Right.
And also, it's important. Hand signals, I think, are really important. So if you come up with one signal for her to come, and that's what you use all the time, one for her to sit, one for her to lay down, you can determine what works, but be consistent with it, because the consistency is very important as well. And just heap lots of praise on her when she does it well, so that she knows she's doing the right thing.
Okay.
And then if she doesn't, then you let it go for a day or something. You don't give in.
Okay.
It's all about being supportive. Oh, she's like,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. That's why we're here. She's putting in her 2 cents worth here. So she likes being in charge, and she likes, being the boss, but you have to kind of take that back from her and say, no, we are the boss. We are in charge. It's on our time and our energy. So there will be a little, as Cynthia was saying, I think a little negotiation, a little rough patch as like a stalemate for a while, as she learns to have to let go of the control, so
Right.
that you are in control of the situation.
Thank you very much.
Someone from the audience asked a great question. Does she come to your wife when your wife calls her?
Only if she has a treat in her hand, I think.
Okay, same thing. Yeah, great. All right, Cindy is up next.
Okay. All right. So Craig, I heard very much similar to the other practitioners here. First thing Holly says is, I'm the boss.
Mhm.
He needs to respect me more. I'm smarter than he is. I want to learn more from him. I'm bored. And then, okay, here are my suggestions. Start using your telepathic ability to ask the dog if it would like to go outside or like to go on a walk. That means not talking. Don't use speech, but you can also incorporate, because the dog says to me, I love hand signals. So if you figure out a hand signal that you want to identify as let's go, and you do it, and you send the thought telepathically to the animal, she'll get it and she'll respond, because that's what she's waiting for. Okay. Because they as soon as you send that thought, the animal gets it. And she likes the hand symbols better than words. And the reason that dog was barking right after after that, when Carolyn was talking, is the dog was saying, I like what Carolyn was saying.
Okay.
Okay. So you have a very intelligent animal, okay, that really wants you to evolve more as a human, to understand that dogs and animals communicate with their minds first.
Okay.
So link in with the love that you have for your pet, open your heart and make that divine connection, send a thought, use the whatever hand motion that you want to, or just practice sending the thought and watch the reaction that you get. I think you're going to be happily surprised.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I like your ideas, everybody.
Carolyn, go ahead.
Just a little follow-up with what Cindy was saying is they respond to images. And so the thought is important, but it's the image. If you send the image, we're going to go for a walk, or I want you to play ball, so that you're visualizing what you want her to do. They respond to that much better than just words and things like that. So they live in images.
Okay.
So everything else we said is and that.
All right. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
Great, it's great. I want to just like a very simple thing of just some of the earlier things I was saying earlier. If you get some food for you and some treats for her, and like take some of your food and then give her hers, and have more of yours and then give her hers. And then after that, go across the room and call her, even with no treats. But she might get used to the idea of like, oh, you're first, so
Okay.
just do a few things to set the priority first before you then, and then call when it's not like, don't do it outside when you really need to get her to come. Like practice inside where it's no big deal. She doesn't come, and then you can ignore her and go do something else.
Okay.
So then she's deprived of getting to play with you and interact with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll teach her to drive the car if she comes to me.
And practitioner, if I say something you all don't agree with, you're the expert, so change that. All right, great. Thank you so much, Craig. Was it anything else? Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye. Or not bye, but thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. All right. Let's see, we've got Sandra up next. Sandra, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Do you want to come up to the spotlight? It's up to you. If you want to, turn on your video and I'll put you up here.
Oh, just a second.
We see your
I'm on a, yeah, I know. Yeah, let's see. Oh, no, that's
and I
not
can
it.
prompt you to turn it on.
Hang on. Oh, there it is. I think. Come on, start the video.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on earlier. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the phone. That's why I can't see
There
everything.
you go. We can see.
Hi. What I want to know is, since I know my cat and I have been through several lifetimes together, and I guess we're going to continue. What I'd like to know is, what lesson were we supposed to learn together this last lifetime, since she just passed a few months ago? And if she's and since she's supposed to come back, what are we supposed to be learning this next time around? If she can tell me, or if somebody can tell me.
What's your cat's name?
Yeah.
Nolita? Do I need to put her back up again?
Yeah, I guess you could. You could turn your video off and then back on. Sure.
Okay,
Spotlighted for everyone.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I love this picture of her. She was in a very loving mood that time.
I'm struck by the little, like, they're almost like round balls right there by her nose. But go ahead, you
Yeah.
can turn on your video again too. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
All right. See when someone is ready. All right, Susie's got something. Go ahead, Susie.
Okay. Hey, Sandra. I love the picture of your kitty. She's so beautiful. And I was just writing down one of the lessons was love, and then I looked up at her and went, oh. So, um, what the lessons that you two have been going through, and it feels to me that this has been mutually agreed upon time and time again, not just, she's been a horse for you. Um, Let me make another note about what that
Of
one was about.
course.
Oh yeah, she's been all sorts of things, and you have traveled together in lifetimes. As the horse, you were connected as you were a soldier. Is it Greece? Feels like it was Greece.
Oh,
No, Roman. Roman. It was Roman. Still pretty cool because this was a horse. Oh, and there's a Gaelic one in there too. Sweet. Okay, so she has chosen incarnations in which companionship and the writer owner, a partnership bond has been created and is very strong. There's a lot of loyalty between you two. You have saved her from there was a fire. You saved her from a fire, actually endangering yourself for it. So you two have a tremendous amount of trust because you have worked so hard to. There's a lot of not rescuing, but saving each other. You have helped each other through a lot of rough times, and that's where the loyalty comes through from a horse that got you through battles, and you two ran like crazy, like banshees,
uh,
and stuff like that. But it also takes a huge amount of trust to go through such uh, stressful situations. You trusted her as your mount to get you through and to do the things. She trusted you not to freak out and and all of this stuff. And it was unconditional giving that went on between you two. So when she is in the guise of a pet, she understands that she completely depends on you, and you have accepted that um, not power, but it's an agreement you two have made to take care of each other. So there
mhm.
are the times she came and snuggled up to you when you weren't feeling great, and she would be very happy to take on whatever pains you had. I had a cat who developed tumors while I was sick. I didn't realize that until much later when somebody pointed it out to me, and I'm like, oh God, okay. So you two take that and help each other process the emotions. So there is a very deep, deep bond that goes back, you know, several lifetimes. Um, so I hit loyalty, unconditional love, trust, and companionship. So yeah, so those are the lessons there. As to whether she'll come back, she's going to take a little time. I don't expect her to show up like right now,
Yeah.
but it's she's she says she's at the point where she's like, I need a little more time. Gotta gain some mojo, gotta gain some of this stuff so that she can recharge and be ready for you the next time. And that's not to say you're gonna have a very stressful time, but it's just she gets to recharge now.
Yeah.
And so you continue to send her love and gratitude. Send her that gratitude. I mean, we all looked at the picture and just immediately sent her love. And that's going to help her recharge in a time that when she's ready, she'll be more than happy to come back. Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome.
Thanks, Susie. We've got Cindy and then Carolyn.
Hi, Sandra. Okay, so I heard from your beloved, she goes like this: We are spirit sisters.
Oh,
I want to come to you as Owl in your dreams.
oh,
I call to you into the realm of the ancestors. I come as a guardian totem animal, and I will fly with you anywhere you want to see, flying through, like time travel, the realms. How does that grab you?
oh, that sounds great. I love it.
Just call on her,
Okay.
and you can fly on the wings of owl.
Oh, I love it. I love owls too. She must know that.
Yeah, she's showing me great horned owl,
Oh, okay. Great.
not a puny barn owl. I hope
Oh,
that helps.
that does. Thank you.
Thanks, Cindy. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Hi, Sandra. It's so nice to have you here. And yes, your kitty is, you guys are definitely bonded and definitely connected. And I'm getting your, especially this recent lifetime was really about just that unconditional love, that support, that connection. Like you guys were just there for each other. You were just, there was an equalness. Like there wasn't a one of you in charge of the other. You guys were just on the same wavelength. You are definitely partners. You're definitely, you think something, she knows it, and you knew what she was thinking and all of that stuff. So you were definitely in sync with her. And she was all about, it's like a oneness. That's what I want to say. It's like a oneness. Like you guys had a oneness for you to experience that connection with another being on such a deep level of being not separate, but together in so many ways. Like Cindy was saying, she's going to take some time, but she's there for you. You can think of her kind of as a guardian spirit of you and to help you, and definitely keep that communication with her happening as she's figuring out what she wants to do. I was sort of picking up that she might want to come back as a dog in the next life. And again, more kind of like a support dog or something like that. So she's there to help you in a way, either to help in your healing, to help with your health, to help you, whatever you need to do. She's all about protecting and supporting and being there in whatever need you might need. At least that's sort of what I was picking up, but that, that could obviously change at any time. But that unconditional love, there was nothing but just this unconditional love. And as Susy was saying, you guys have had all these different experiences together. And so there's that trust and that love that goes so much deeper than you can even imagine. And you don't need the words, you don't need the, communication. You guys are feeling it. You guys are on as one already. So you already know all these things. So that's what I was picking up.
Oh, that's why it was so hard to lose her this time around, because I was just discovering that oneness, I think.
Well, you can still connect with that in spirit. I mean, don't feel like just because she's not here in body, you can still have that same experience. Have her picture up, know that she's there around you. You call her, you connect, she's still there. She's very much around you and still with you at all times. But it's just a matter of you to realize that, you can talk to her, she's there. If you mention her name, she's going to be there. So she's not gone. She's gone physically, but she's not gone spiritually and energetically. She's still very much there for you. And, then she will find the right time when she can come back and everything, but she's there, she's still there with you. So you can still learn from her, you can still connect with her, you can ask her questions, all of that stuff, even though she's not there with you physically.
Okay,
Okay,
great. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Cynthia.
Hi, Sandra. Good to see you again.
Hi, good to
Hi.
see you.
What I heard was that she's here to teach you is a lesson of letting go. Um, and when I was asking, like, what does that mean exactly? Because I get very direct messages. What was really coming through was a couple of things. Like, one of them is that, you don't just have her now as a spirit animal. There are so many other guides that you have, animal guides, spirit guides, things like that. And so while you two are very close, like, know that there are others there that also are deserving of your attention if you're open to it as well for support. So just think of abundance and that you have so many resources externally in the spirit world. And then so just kind of taking that next step to trust that you are really supported, not just by Nolita, but many other beings as well. And then what also came through was that I think part of the process is looking at your inner resources. So, what are the parts of you that want inside you that want to speak up? Your inner cat, your inner child, your little girl, like different parts of you that maybe haven't gotten a chance to get attention or love. All of the resources that we need can also be found inside of us. So I think if you were to really ask yourself, like, is there a part of me, like a certain age or like an, inner animal that would like to be expressed or have a message for me or support me, just be open to the possibilities of looking inside as well as outside.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Cynthia. Michelle? Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, hi. Hi, Sandra.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Good. When I saw your kitty's picture, I got a really strong feeling about your kitty helping remind you that you're magic and just bringing that back to you whenever you are together. And also that you can visualize the feeling of being with your cat before you go to sleep, and she'll come to you in your dreams, and it may be as a cat or maybe it's something else, but you can connect in between like that way. So she just wanted me to share that with you and to remember how magical you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. My sense of you with your eyes is that you so appreciate community, and imagining that she's gone is hard. So finding a way that you let yourself play with her energy, that she's still here, that you can still play with her is probably really important for you.
Okay, I'll try to work on that.
Well, how you can play with that, like, because as you imagine her, you can feel her, right?
I think so. It's really hard, at times. I'm not sure.
And even if it's not like feeling her energy right now, but you can feel her energy as you've known her on this plane, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you can let yourself play with that energy of her. Like remembering her, remember what it's like playing with her. I mean, that's a way to like feel through how she was to her now too.
Okay.
Do you have any other animals you can share?
I have the cat that didn't get along with, that she didn't get along with, and that I don't think she wants to come back because he's still here.
That's right. I remember we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sigh.
You can still play with her. She doesn't have to play with the other animal.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like Susie's got a little bit more too. Go ahead, Susie.
Well, Carolyn was saying, was it Carolyn saying she wanted to come back as a dog? Maybe that's why she wants to come back as a dog, so that she can bully the other cat if she's coming back anytime soon. She feels like she's got that kind of, well, maybe that's me projecting my warped sense of humor on her, but it makes sense, right?
I know everybody has asked me, well, she's supposed to come back. Why didn't she just come back and kick his butt? That's really what everybody's been telling me. You know?
Yeah. So okay, that's just what occurred to me. So yeah, thanks.
All right. Anyone have anything else for Sandra? Anyone else from the panel? All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sandra.
Thank you, everyone. It just really helps.
You're welcome. All right. Let's see. Just want to clarify too, we've got a couple more people in line. We've got Terry and then we've got Will. We request that you pay first before you come up to ask a question of the panel. If you've paid already, let me know that you've paid so I can make sure to get you in line. Let me go ahead and I'll put the information for how to pay in the chat again, and then we'll have Terry come up. All right, Terry, let's get you up here. All right, go ahead.
Hi, I'm coming about Ollie, our Parson Russell Terrier. He kind of had a rough start in life. He was with his original owners for 8 months. They had a lot of trouble with him, and there was, we believe, some abuse. He was then hit by a car and spent the next 2 months at a vet hospital getting rebuilt. And then they tried a couple of different fosters, but because he's a little dog reactive, they kept returning him. And we ended up fostering him. And within a week, it was like, he's staying, and he's never left. I have 2 questions. The first is about his health. I want to make sure that he's comfortable and that we're doing all we can to compensate for his injuries. And the other is the dog reactiveness. Where is that coming from? What can I do to maybe ease it? Because in the last year, he not only still barks at other dogs, but he's doing this strange, it's a cross between a howl and a cry when he sees dogs. So we're not sure what he's trying to say. But basically he's 9 years old and this is what he looks like.
Hmm. But how old was he? I think you said you adopted him.
Yes,
And how old was he when you adopted him? How long ago was that?
he that was 8 years ago. He'll be 9 in December.
Okay. Hmm. And it's not long after that that he was hit by a car, you said?
He was hit by a car before we got him.
Before you got him, okay.
At about 8 months, he was hit by a car.
Okay.
And they had him at the vets for 2 months, taking care of his injuries.
Does he howl cry with all other dogs or just with some of them or just in some contexts?
Just sometimes. And other times he barks and acts like he's gonna just really go after him.
Yeah, so like,
He has whipped other dogs in the past.
like fear aggression? But
We're not sure, but we think that might be it.
I know if my previous dog had some trouble with fear aggression, and if I felt scared, then he would be more like do the more fear aggression thing. And if anything had triggered him and he was more in that state, he had more trouble. So I had to learn to calm myself down and not worry about it. That was part of my journey with him. And I guess so when no one has hands up yet, so I'll just share a little bit more about you. When I look at your eyes, you look like you have a talent that's all about love and deep connection through your heart, that you can sense when others are in pain and others need love. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. And so if it may be that someone else earlier in life hurt you, and you're really careful with your heart. Is that true?
Yes,
Yeah. And I wonder if part of the dog healing his heart is part of you healing your heart.
could be. He definitely makes me laugh.
Yeah. So it seems that you loving you in such a big, deep way that you know no one can ever hurt you again.
Mhm.
And that's part of him getting more comfortable and trusting too. Like that he learned that from you. Hmm. Well, Carolyn's got something, so let's have Carolyn come up.
Hi, Terry. So great to see you. Sweetheart, real great energy. He is so appreciative of everything that you have done for him, and he is so loves you so much. He doesn't know what he would have done without you. I mean, he really feels that you have saved him primarily. I think the barking and howling is coming from before you got him. There he had to deal with some other dogs that were very aggressive and very kind of coming after him. And so that's what he learned. They're so impressionable at that young age. And he never had a really kind of comfortable, safe experience with other dogs where he wasn't sort of being picked on. It wasn't that he was being attacked so much, but just picked on. He was the little one. He was the, and he has gotten very defensive about it. So I think that's his way of saying, okay, I'm just going to be reactive ahead of time because I don't want that anymore. So kind of like what Laureli was saying. And also I do get a sense that he's picking up some stuff from you as well. So it's a combination of the two energies there. So if you are willing to let go and look at whatever bad experiences you might have had or experiences, and you're willing to accept that and let it go and just, reach reach a peaceful center with it so that he feels that, because then they pick up on our energy. They pick up and they mirror what we are experiencing. And it's very often the stuff that we're not even aware of. It's those deeper layers of memories and experiences that we've had that they're picking up on. And so they are responding to those feelings, even though we're not consciously aware of them all the time. So that will help. There are other techniques and other ways of helping to release those memories so that he can move forward. I mean, that's one of the things I do. I help, clear animals of these old experiences and old memories so that they are able to move forward, because they carry that emotion. And with, you can do everything around it, but if that emotion is still there and that experience is still there, they're always going to be reacting to it when they get a little triggered. So if he sees a certain type of a dog or certain, energy, he's going to be like, oh, that's the same thing that I had to experience before. So there is that whole piece of it. He's feeling otherwise. He's adapting to his new kind of physical condition with everything. Animals are very adaptive. So we tend to be more thinking they're more restricted and having harder time than they are. So chances are he is doing his best and he's made peace with it and he's living his life because that's where he's at and that's what he knows. So he's not thinking, oh, I used to be, much healthier and have healthy legs or back or whatever the scenario is. He's right where he is. And so he's most likely fine with that. So you can let go of that feeling that he's not comfortable. Now, if you notice him in pain and there's, things, but they are very adaptable. And, use your intuition to sense when something doesn't feel right. And you'll probably be right, about how he's feeling, because you've had him now this long time, him, what he's feeling. So use that in a constructive way. but you don't have to put anything on him about his past, that he's moved on. You can let him move on and just be in the moment. So anyway, I'll let somebody else talk. That's my thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Carolyn. We've got Cindy and then Susie.
Hi, Terry.
Hi.
Okay, so I really do agree a lot with what Carolyn's recommending and what she has revealed to you. I think that's very, very accurate. When I tuned in to Ollie, I heard the reason that he howls, okay, is this. I'm trying to protect her. I'm trying to let them, the other dogs, or whoever it is, know I hate trouble. Okay, so don't threaten me or her. Yeah. And then he also says that when you tense up on that leash, he automatically gets ready to have to protect you. So he suggests a longer leash. Okay. And when I scan him, do you do Reiki at all? Do you know about Reiki?
I know about it, but I haven't done it.
It would really be great if you could study maybe Reiki, because I know that you love with your heart in such a big way. And when you channel the Reiki healing vibration through the vibration of love, it's miraculous for both the human and the animal. And so I scanned him and I got that his hips hurt and that he'd love you to please do a dog massage on the hips. Okay, I don't know. Do you already do that?
I do give him massages, but it's mostly the neck and shoulders because I thought that's where he was having trouble.
Well, I'm sure he loves that too, but
Include the hip.
yeah, both hips. And so it's, using both hands, on the hips gently. And then I also got something around the kidneys. So I don't know. Is he drinking a lot of water?
He always has.
Okay, so that's what I got. Hope it can help you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cindy. Go ahead, Susie.
I love these panels. We all build on what the other has said. So, you can just say whatever these two ladies have just said, and then we'll add to my little spin to it. He does take on. He is so grateful to you for rescuing him because he was deeply traumatized, and I agree that he has worked through it. But you're still. I feel like you still have some guilt or that unknowing. It's like, why don't you know what went on? You don't need to know. You know that he is grateful to you, but he is taking on a lot of your emotions. I'm not asking you to like stop feeling the feels because that's not healthy, but it's there is this love that you have for him that he will benefit more from than feeling that worry from you. I agree that body massage and Reiki is going to help. It doesn't have to be Reiki as long as you are sending love to him and you can rub your hands together, activate those portals, and just touch them or whenever. And it's the intention that counts more than anything. You could get the attunements, you could get all the things, but right now, what he wants is just your touch, your considered touch, and that intention that goes along with it. He is definitely digging the neck and shoulder massage, which is helping to prevent stress up here. But now you get to work your way down so that you can help work all of the tension out. And it's also going to relax you because you're in that space. You're going to get in with the zone and that elevated space of helping them. And that energy, when you bring energy through to help somebody else, it's helping you first, and then it's coming out to you. So everybody wins. And let's see, is that all I got? Yeah, he's incredibly grateful for what you've done. So just spread the love, spread the joy, and it's gonna get better, I promise. Thanks.
Thanks, Susie. Michelle's got something.
Hi, Terry.
Hello.
I just wanted to kind of build on what Susie was talking about, and that is that the energy of your intention is really powerful, even if you haven't been specially trained to send good energies to your animal. I took a long distance healing class about 2 years ago, and I had been doing a house cleaning business for many years before that. And when I took the long distance healing class, I realized that I was learning the beginnings of Reiki, but I had already accidentally been doing it for 10 years without knowing what it was called on all the pets at the houses that I was cleaning. So I was doing what I called special petting. And when I started my Reiki training, I realized, oh, this is what I've been doing for 10 years. So it was a focused, channeled intention, just like asking the pet's angels to send them good energy while holding your hands over them. It's can be that simple to just not sending energy yourself, but being a bridge for that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of holding space for that, the guides and angels and universal energies to come through for your dog to help with the trauma and also hip pain and things like that. So, and petting is good too, touching or just holding your hands over. So that's my 2 cents worth. Thank you.
Cynthia, go ahead.
Hi, Terry. I got a couple of things. So one, definitely his barking at other dogs and is it's PTSD, which is, is trauma. So one thing that I teach my clients to do is to the intention's really important, but you also have to have your body's buy-in before you go out on walks. So one thing that I really recommend is to figure out a way to calm yourself before you even grab his leash to go outside. So you can either take like 3 deep breaths if that's what calms you. Another really nice calming technique is to just put your hand over your heart until you feel your whole body relax, like your shoulders drop, your breathing kind of evens out, all that stuff. And then when you start the walk, you're going to be calm and your dog is going to be less likely to, because you're loosey-goosey with the leash, he's not going to feel the need to go after other dogs. So the leash is an extension of your arm, which is attached to your body. So when you're tensed up in your body and you're gripping the leash so tightly, the animals automatically think, oh, let's go for it. Let's be on the prowl for predators or triggers or things like that. So you can practice indoors before you go outdoors and just practice walking him around the home and like making sure that you're like I always say, like roll your shoulders back and then just like hold the leash really loosely. He's not going to get out, it's going to be attached to his collar or his harness, and just know that like you have to counter condition your body first. The looser I am with the leash, the more permission I'm giving my dog to relax. So again, the thing is just you have to relax your body first, because that's what's giving out like the strongest vibe on the walk. Does that make sense? Do either one of those techniques resonate with you more than the other?
Yes, I'm not the one that usually walks him. I'm looking at the person that does, and they're over there nodding.
Okay. Great, wonderful. All right. And I also am I don't know if you use like a flexi leash or not, but I'm not really a fan of those for dogs that because then they can like run around and do what they want, and it's for dogs who are fear aggressive. I don't recommend those leashes until after after that issue is resolved.
Okay. All righty.
All right, great.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, you're very welcome. All right. And just the other person that walked him, just any, did they want to come on screen at all so we can see them? Any other comments or?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
All right, let's see. So next we've got Will, and then Adriana, Julia, and maybe Sonia. Well, Will is up next, I think, or is that?
Did somebody say goodbye to you? Huh?
Oh, here we go. Oh, Sky. All right, great. Sky. Sky is up. All right.
Hello.
Hi, Sky.
Hi, Lorelei. So one of my names is Will, but you can call me Sky.
You got it.
I don't have a specific animal that I would like information on, but more esoterically, I guess, is my question. And my question is, do any animals, animal spirits, or guides come through for me? And if so, what's a simple way that I can connect to them and bring them into my daily life?
Great, different question. Yeah, that's great. I'm just thinking about your energy and different animals, since I approach it differently than they do.
Well, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling into different animals right now. Well, it'll be interesting to see what everyone else says. I just had like my energy was going to a giraffe. Let's see, Susie and Michelle. So go ahead, Susie.
Okay, I was going for a long-necked creature, but mine was more of a lizard kind, like a dragon. Because I got this back and forth, so it's a scaly animal. Um, is it snake? I don't feel it could be snake. It's just a scaly animal. So a dragon can encompass so much more of that. It can uh, dragons can be elementals. They can be air or water or fire or earth, and they convey to you a message of sinuousness. So being able to flow with the energy, there feels to be an expectation on your part that it's got to be exactly this way. And dragon, lizard, snake, whatever, they're very sinuous and they will go kind of like water over the rocks. They're not going to try and argue with the rocks about their path, but they're going to travel with it. The way to contact them, well, my experience with dragons, they are very straightforward and they say, just call on us. Don't, lay out offerings or anything. Just say, I need help or that you are looking to talk to them. And they will be there. They can do, are they going to give you any signs? Um, it feels like there is some sort of smoke thing, that sinuous metaphor, something that weaves back and forth. It's not in the trees. Um, is it in clouds? No. It's they're saying kind of something like smoke, something that reminds you of smoke, so you can get that back and forth feeling to it. Snakes are also close to the ground, so they're very grounded. But then you've got the lizards or the salamanders who are fire. So this is all about elements and connecting with all of those to help you be within your body, to be connected with your body, to be connected with the impact and the energy you are a conduit for. So you can conduct energy in such ways as to shift and make changes. Um, uh, uh, yeah. Calling on all the elements so you can affect change in different ways. And it's about balancing the different energies in an area. So if you're feeling out of balance, you can call on Dragon to help you balance. If you go into, say, an environment that feels out of whack, you can call in the necessary energies, send it out so it can help to balance. You are about balance. That's part of your job, part of your learning in this body. And I think that's what they have. Do you have any questions about that? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It does.
cool. Excellent, cool.
That was great. Thank you, Susie.
Awesome. You're
Right.
so welcome, Sky.
We've got Michelle, then Cynthia, then Cindy. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hello, Sky. When I first saw you come on screen, I saw Phoenix and Eagle energies. And I believe that the way that you can use those in your life, like Susie was saying, you can use the elements, which the Phoenix would be the fire energy and Eagle would be the air. You can create a little altar and put pictures or symbols or little carvings of those animals on the altar. And then they will bring you messages into your life and help you in whatever way you need. You can also call to them when you're going to sleep to come into your dreams and give you messages. And the eagle is about perception and great sight and seeing all of the details at once, which is really awesome. And then the phoenix is about burning away old patterns and layers of yourself that no longer serve you. And you can do a little bit of research on the animals that call to you, and they will feel honored for you taking the time to learn about them and give you messages that are very profound. Like you'll feel while you're reading a certain thing or looking at a certain picture, that connection that is the most important to you, or the lesson that's the most important. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Thanks, Michelle. We've got Cynthia next.
Hi, Sky. What came through for you was a wolf. And similar to what I think one of the other practitioners said, I also got a lot of energy of like the elongating of the neck, you know, like howling at the moon and really pulling in on the moon's energy. And then I got confused. I was like, is a wolf like a dog or a cat? Because I was getting really just like this kind of like squishy pack animal kind of thing. So I don't know if you identify more as like a lone wolf or you're looking for your pack, you know, your tribe, but you know, something along the lines of both. Okay. Okay. Of you know, like what are the elements of a wolf that you can incorporate into I don't want to say your daily life, but just kind of like into your weekly or monthly rituals that are looking to be expressed. And definitely, I would say, you know, maybe you have like, you can get like a wolf hat or something like that to get you into the spirit of it. But like the whole howling of the moon, all that stuff, it's, I think it would really help you express yourself and then just kind of help move a lot of that stagnant energy to be more I don't know why you just like the energy of like kind of squish, you know how cats are kind of squishy. I don't know how wolves feel. I've never touched a wolf before, but just that energy is, I think, what's asking to be integrated or to get your body to more softer, squishy mode at times would be helpful.
Okay, great. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, like German shepherds and huskies and stuff, they got some good squish, especially the dogs with the long necks, you know, because there's a lot of things there. So squish is good.
I'll go get a left hand squish. He's got some squish and he's little. Cindy.
Okay, Sky, do you drum?
I'm a musician in general. There's a couple of guitars back there, but I've been practicing my rhythm and drumming lately. But that's
Okay.
one of the, yeah.
All right. So here's what I received. Okay. And I also got wolf. Wolf steps forward as one of your totem animals, and wolf says to me that you actually need to focus on journeying to Sirius. It's part of the Canis Major in the sky. Okay. So to me, someone who carries the Sirian frequencies of light are known as the teacher's teacher. The second animal that steps up for you is bear. And Bear says, go forward and go deep within. The third animal that steps up for you is Beaver. And Beaver says, this is to help you bring in right relations and to get your projects organized and to bring community together. Next, Snake comes forward to remind you that you are actually shedding your old skin and moving forward. And they all stand together and ask you to make a big shield and to paint the totems on the shield and honor them with the drum. Hope that helps.
Wow. Cool.
Great, great. I know you're a musician, so I had that little clue too. It's great. Carolyn, go ahead.
Okay, so the first thing I saw when you asked your question was an owl, like a big snowy owl coming, and the owl, it's sort of the counterbalance to what Susy was saying with the dragon and the eagle that Michelle was mentioning. That flight, there's that energy, there's that wisdom, there's that knowledge, there's the dark. The owls see in the dark, whereas the eagles are like the daytime and you get that clarity. The owls are at night. They come out and they see the things that most people don't see. And so there's a deep wisdom there. That's primarily what I was getting. So I'll let you see if that resonates with you.
Awesome. Definitely.
Thank you.
Great. And then Susie's got a little bit more.
Just have one comment to make, Sky, but
Mhm.
damn, you have got all of the elements working with you. I think that's really a testament to your abilities and everything everybody said. I'm like, yeah, that's right. That's good. Yeah. So you've got all of this stuff working towards you. Well done, and working with you. And yeah, be ready for amazing things, man. This is cool.
Great. Thanks, Susie. Also, I've been listening to your podcast lately and you're doing a great job.
Great. And I'll say too that I was looking for an animal actually that was much more bendy. So I loved all the directions everyone else went. And the giraffe came to me because I was thinking about throat and expression. So that you often like are up high, kind of like looking around, but I think that like just throat and voice and allowing more to come through. That's what that had shown up for me.
Mm-hmm. Great. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for your question. A lovely, different kind of question. That's great. Bye, Sky. All right, we've got Adriana, Julia, and Brianna in line. All right, Adriana, next. If you want to come up front. Oh yeah, okay, great. There we go.
Thank you so much for having.
What is your question?
Thank you. I'd love to ask a question about, it's our family dog. His name is Popo, P-O-P-O. And he don't live with me because I divorced, and he's live with my younger son right now. And he's 14 years old. And he's a lovely companion, lovely dog. He's a beagle. I have a picture of him here. I don't know if you guys can see. He's blinking an eye in this picture. My son just took and sent to me. But that is a small video of him here, moving a little bit, so you guys can see with his eyes open. So in both pictures, he's 14. And he's basically more the company for my younger son right now. He's 22, my son. and he's going to be married in January. And I would like to ask, how can I assist? What Popo has to say to us to support his transition when time is coming, and if that is gonna happen after my son's wedding in January next year. He's waiting, because I feel like sometimes he's waiting because my son is going to live in another place. He won't have the big yard anymore to play. And he got a Lyme disease when he was very young. And I often, once a week, I go there and then I massage him and give him Reiki. And I would like to know if he's happy with that or if I should give more often. And how can I assist him more often? Perhaps maybe some messages, what the relationship that he chose on this lifetime in relation to our family, me, my son, my family in general. Thank you so much.
And how long have you had him?
14, like since he was a baby, puppy, a baby puppy.
Carolyn's got something. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Hi, Adriana. He's a really special little guy, and the first thing I got is he wants to be around with your son until he gets married. He wants to kind of hand him off, as it were, to his bride, so that it's like he's finished his job and he's able to kind of give him over to his wife, his new wife. He said, I'm not done yet. I'm not going anywhere quite yet. But he wants to, kind of finish that process. He also loves the energy work and the Reiki. He said that really helps him a lot. He really appreciates it. So whenever you can do it, he is more than happy to receive it. He's very grateful for it and really appreciates the energy. It really, it just helps him. He said it helps ground him and it helps him feels the love, first of all. And it's very soothing to him, and it just helps balance him. And it's helping him get through these later years. So definitely keep it going. And you may want to do a little bit more as the months go on here. What else? He loves your son. He's very protective and supportive of him, and feels like it's been his job to take care of him, and to because obviously you've had him since your son was what, 14 years ago, since he was 10. So he's helped kind of get him from being a kid to an adult, so he feels very happy with his job of helping your son grow up from kid to an adult. And he feels like he's been a big part of that, of really helping be there for your son. And he loves you too. So it's not that he doesn't, love you, but he feels very connected to your son.
Mm-hmm.
So very connected. And so that's why I say he really wants to make it to the wedding. He's going to do whatever he can to get to that point. And he may be there. I'm assuming he knows your son's fiance and everything. Yeah. So he feels very connected with that, but he's very happy for him. He's very excited for your son to get married. He likes her a lot as well. So that's pretty much what I'm getting. So I think it's a good thing, and you don't have to worry about him leaving quite yet.
Thank you. Thank you, Carolyn.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome.
Thank you, Carolyn. Go ahead, Susie.
So what Carolyn said, I confirm or I agree with or whatever it is, but I did feel, I saw the picture and just went, this is a very happy and treasured animal. So he does, and Carolyn was able to bring up the concept better than I would have thought of, but he is waiting for a transition, not only out of his body, but to pass I don't want to say burden of care of your son to his new wife, but he wants to make sure the changing of the guard, if you will. So to have someone else take care of him as much as he has loved him. He also showed me that at least one of the past lives he's had with your family, he has been very connected with your family. He was like this wolfhound, a warhound who went through. So, he's a little bitty beagle right now. But before, he has been one of these monstrous, huge, big, loving, goofy kind of dogs who is very brave and loyal. And that's how he feels even now. He's in this small body. But this is his I want truer form is that he is big and protective. He is going to continue to protect not only your son, but your family. And he is like a bowl of water. He will lap up any sort of energy love that you send him anytime, anywhere, and that it fulfills him and it reminds him just how loved he is in return. There is a balance in that love and respect between the animal and the family, and he is very grateful for that. And he says, I will come back. You're not done with me as a spirit at all. I'm going to come back. But there is so much gratitude. So thank you for being such a kind and loving, perfect family for him.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Susie. Appreciate it.
Welcome, Adrienne.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Okay, Adriana. All right. So the first thing that Popo says is, my hips are killing me.
Ooh,
But remember, he's an older senior dog, and you've seen him when he was just a pup. Which brings me to the next request that he has for you. He says, read to me. Make a voice recording, okay? I want to hear what a good dog I am, hearing your voice say that.
mhm.
And when you ask the question, was he, what kind of dog was he? You already know his response was, it was always my place to be a happy family member, and he's just loved that role. And then he asked a special thing. Please tell me the story of my life as you remember it. And when I cross over, make sure I come and I can be in your home too. I'm tired and I will love all of you forever.
Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Cindy. Michelle.
Hi, Adriana.
Thank you, Michelle.
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Thank you.
So I was just struck with a giant smile when Cindy shared about the stories and recording your voice, because I got a message that your dog would like you to spend time like sitting together with your son, just being still and there together so that he can feel that connection. And that may not be possible all the time, but if your son has a recording of you, that might be like you both being there together too. So, or if you have a recording of him, like Cindy was talking about with your voice, or just sitting together and being grounding kind of energy during the transition with all the changes of moving, away from you and then again next year away from your son. So that's what I got, is you should sit still together whenever you have the chance, whether it be maybe reading a story or recording a story together or watching with your dog, whatever you have time to do together.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was very lovely too. For sharing.
He looks like for a lot of his life, he was really playful. Like he enjoyed a kind of full body play. He might be a little old and more tired and more stiff or more sore now. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, so he might, even though he's tired now, he might really enjoy being, and maybe I wouldn't listen to what everyone shared, but might being touched all over his body. So in a way that's gentle for him now, but like mimics the full body play that he used to do. So yeah, that's what I wonder. I don't know how much you touch him all over.
Yeah, he loves to hike. He used to hike a lot with my children, and we used to bring him a lot to hike. I think that's the activity that he most enjoy. Walk.
I just like full body cuddling and things like that, you know, like rolling over or laying down next to him and really like holding him, hugging him. I wonder, yeah. Because he just looks like he has the trait that's about the whole group being together and play with the whole group. So that's why I wonder about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
What my son is doing a lot with him is like let him go into the sofa and kind of just, he's very tired lately. So he just like not playing as much as before.
Yeah, so it's still touching him all over his body. That's why I said if he's more tired and that, yeah. All right, Cynthia's got something. Go ahead, Cynthia.
Thank you, Mommy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't know what you feed him, but if you could get him some bone broth, that would be really helpful for the joints and things like that. And I have 2 older dogs as well. And I started adding animal innards to their diet, like, you know, chicken hearts, chicken liver, all that stuff, and cooking it for them. And they really just start off with a little amount. I get it from the farmer's market, but it's really helpful because it has a lot of like minerals and things like that that can be very beneficial. And I just also wanted to ask your permission, as well as his, to work on his hips, since that's one of my specialties.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Great. Anyone have anything else? And how do we pronounce your name?
Adriana.
Adriana.
Yeah, was amazing. Everybody was, I'm so grateful for your feedback from everybody, for your intuition. And it's like very accurate because I feel exactly where every time that I go there, and he show that his hips is bothering him. So I always massage in that area and do energy healing. And about the food, yes, he's probably not getting the nutrients that he needs in his food because they change the diet a little bit. And he's very related to my younger son because when my younger son was 6 months old, we gave him a beagle as like a fake beagle, and he always asked, I want a real beagle. I want a real beagle. And then when he was 10 years old, we gave him a real beagle. So he's definitely more connected with my younger son.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he's basically, yeah, he is his dog. Thank you so much, everyone.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Adriana.
Sure.
All right, next we've got Julia. All right, let's get you up here, Julie. Oh, all right, Julie,
Yes.
what is your question?
So I have 2 dogs. I'm trying to see. I don't know if I can turn the camera on. This is my oldest guy right here. Can you see him?
Yeah, we can. He's older.
Yeah, he's 11. And then I'll show you my younger one.
And what was that one's name that you showed us already?
That was Blue. And can you see there?
Can't see his
Oh.
face yet.
That
All right.
almost fell trying to show you. And that Sister, the younger one. So my question is, with Blue being older, he's starting to show some signs that he's older, and I just want to make sure that he's not suffering, and if there's any messages. I think, but I'm not sure, but I think that Sister is actually my former dog, Mister. I question that. So a little bit about Sister, and then mostly about Blue and how he's doing with his life here.
All right, great. And how old is Sister now?
She just turned 2 in September.
Oh yeah, she's super young. Okay.
Yeah. I got her after, so the story is I had Mister first, who was a little doxy, and then I got Blue as a little puppy, and they kind of grew up together, and Mister passed away a couple of years ago, and Blue was, he was, I think he was sad. And so I got another dog for companionship, and that's when Sister came in.
All right, great. Thank you. Let's see how who's ready. Does Sister sometimes go out for an adventure on her own, and Blue has some time alone with you?
Yes, because he's older, so he doesn't move near as fast as Sister, but he
Sister
does.
goes out with someone else?
No, I just thinking of in the yard or something like that.
Okay. So it seems like Blue might want time to connect with you when Sister's energy isn't around.
Oh, okay.
Just Sister's got so much energy. I just imagine her energy might be a little exhausting for Blue sometimes.
That makes sense.
All right, Carolyn, go ahead.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Yeah, the first thing I got with Blue is just, he's a little more tired. It's like his energy is slowing down, and he likes having Sister around, and he likes her energy, but I think kind of like what Laureli was saying, he needs some like a little alone time, either with you or just himself, where he's not constantly around that kind of more frenetic young energy, because that can be very depleting for him. He just, it's a good and a bad thing. It's like for a little bit of it, it's very helpful, and it supports and it gives him that life purpose and that energy to kind of keep going. But too much of it, and it's just like, overwhelming, and he's like, oh my God, I can't handle this anymore. So you want to try to keep it in smaller doses and give him some breaks and give him some times, because he'll probably want to sleep a little bit more and just relax. And definitely he wants to spend some time with you. I think it's very important for you two to have some one-on-one time. And I know that's hard with another dog sometimes, but if there's a way of doing that so that you can just really connect with him. He still has a lot he wants to give to you and to say to you. So he wants to, he has some messages for you. So if you guys can spend some time together and tune in with him and really connect and allow his voice to come into you, or pictures, or whatever, whatever intuitive way you react, you're comfortable with. See if you can open up to that and allow him to send some messages to you, because I feel like he has some messages for you. And he doesn't want to tell me right now. He's like, but he's not finished with you yet. And he has some time and energy. So there's definitely something very important that he has to say, to convey to you. And like I said, he loves sister, and he really enjoys the companionship, but in smaller doses. And sister is she's just a ball of energy. She's just like, oh my gosh, she's so excited, and she's just all over the place, and she's just having a great time. So she's just like literally a ball of energy right now. She's just so excited. And I do think she was your previous dog, so she's connecting with that, but she's kind of finding her uniqueness in her new body and her new self, but there's still parts of her that are familiar from your other dog. So it's not like it's just your other dog in a new form. There's like a new evolving personality sort of coming out through this mix. So that's what I'm getting. So
Thank you. Makes sense. Yes.
Thanks, Carolyn. Go ahead, Susie, and then Cindy.
I'm kind of at a point, it's like, ditto what Carolyn said. Because, as soon as the first thing I wrote was, Blue, Manny feels so tired. And bang, it comes out of her mouth. And then he's got that whole geezer attitude, like, you young whippersnapper. He's terribly entertained by sister, but he's like, like those TikTok people who are just shouting at you constantly. He's like, oh, dude, okay. Well, I don't hear him say dude, but he's like, oh man, just okay. So again, that's what Carolyn said. He does want to connect with you, like Carolyn said, more than just sitting in your lap, because I can feel that there's a bit of distraction, because you may be holding him in your lap or talking to him, but then sister's bouncing all around, with that hey, 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 hey kind of energy, and it's distracted, and he does need you to focus and look at him, and it's a very energetic connection. He recognizes that sister is more entertainment. She is there to be like that USO to help him feel better while he is getting older and more transition. And she's not really hearing him say, can you take a break, honey? Just give me a little space. That's okay, because this is her job to be bright and happy and chipper. Yeah, like like Lorelai's doing, whoop, 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 and just jumping all around. That's her job. But he does want to have that quiet moment with you, like when the moms lock themselves in the bathroom and the kids are banging on the door. Just have that focus with you. And I get a little bit of the message that he is so grateful to have you there. He wants to reassure you, but he feels that, yeah, you can say the word, Susie, but this is an energy exchange, an energetic exchange that he excels at, that he has been excelling at, but he's just, sister needs to just take a break so he can focus on it, because he does get headaches. It kind of pounds in his head. And so um, she may be happy with being outside while you have these times, but she's going to be just, okay, are you guys done? Are you guys done? Are you done yet? Are we there yet? So it's going to be a balance for you. But yeah, man, he's tired. But you just keep loving on him and let him send that energy back to you. And yeah, that's what I'm getting to. So well done.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Okay, go ahead, Cindy.
Okay, Julie. Yeah, I agree. The first thing that I heard Blue say though is I've been having mini MINI strokes. Okay, and then the second thing is my vision's going. Okay, and to his reaction about his sister, yeah, he goes like this: she is very, very active. I just can't keep up with her. but she is loving. And he goes, no more bones for me. Give it to sister. And he also says, P.S. I like peanut butter though. And from sister, the sister goes like this. I love my name. I want to do some sport like agility. And I'm thinking, how does that dog know what agility is? You know, and I'm thinking, that's interesting. And or having a vigorous walk or running with a younger person, like a dog walker. So that dog is looking forward to daily exercise. Now, do you walk your dog yourself?
No, I don't. They are just outside, and I do not, but I've been talking about it. Like I really need to get her leash trained because Blue he's trained, but she isn't leash trained. So the only rigorous activity she has is running around the yard. It's a pretty big yard, but no, I know she needs walks. I've kind of gotten that, so slowly working on that.
And then once you perfected that and with the commands to, stay, then agility is a really good sport for an animal, especially a hyper animal that's young. And I'm sure that Cynthia can speak to that.
So I got a question for you. When you said he's having mini strokes, MINI, is that when I say it's like he has Alzheimer's? Is that what's really going on? Is he's having the mini strokes? Because sometimes he acts to me like he has Alzheimer's. Like he'll just stop and he'll look around like, where am I? Like, what's going on? Is that when that's happening?
The disorientation happens after he's had it.
Okay.
What he's showing me is he's almost kind of losing his balance a little bit. I don't know if you've seen him do that, where he's kind of a little bit wobbly. He's on his feet and you think everything's fine, and all of a sudden he just kind of wobbles to the side and has to kind of reorient himself.
Okay. Yeah.
But and then also coupled with the vision, he's kind of confused, like, well, not only what just happened and where am I, but can I see everything okay?
Yeah.
As you get older, things happen,
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm concerned of his level of suffering. Is he suffering? Yeah.
No, he says, I'm not suffering, but I'm older.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone. What else? Anything else? And I guess having some time away from sister, really, that's the way to help things. Yeah, and it sounds like sister's great. Sister has tons of energy. What breed is she?
She's a chocolate lab.
She's a lab. So there are things called retriever trials too.
Okay.
I remember I went to go see someone. I was thinking about getting retriever. Agility might be great, but yeah, she needs to have something to focus on, something to do. So if your yard is big enough, do you have one of those, I forget what they're called, the long plastic things, like a long arm for throwing the ball?
Yeah.
One of
Chuck
those?
it.
Yeah, chuck
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. We do that in the yard. Yeah.
Yeah, so a
Definitely.
whole bunch of that. Like, yeah, she's got a lot of energy and can take a lot. And she'll great.
Okay, so just as a reminder, because Blue is just like, tell her again, don't forget the peanut butter.
Okay.
Great.
Sweet.
All right. Anything else for Julie? Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, and thank you as well. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Next we have Brianna. Brianna, do you want to come up front? Where are you? Yeah, Brianna's still here. Brianna, you're up. Where are you? If you want to come up to the front, turn on your video. Okay, here we go. Great. All right, what is your question?
Okay, once I came.
Oops.
So, I had a cat named Sadie. She was a calico, and I got her when she was a kitten. She's like the runt of the litter, and so I was just instantly drawn to her. And I traumatically lost her when I was at a emotional, bad relationship. But I traumatically lost her, and by a dog attacking her, and I was trying to pull her off of the dog, and it was just really traumatic, and I haven't really dealt with it. But listening to you guys, it kind of just triggered me. I'm like, wow. I'm like, maybe this is my opportunity just to talk to her, and like I haven't really said goodbye kind of thing. So
Yeah,
that was my
thank
yeah.
you so much for being here and sharing with us, and and opening to her again. Yeah, tremendously hard. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Hi, I just want to say I unfortunately totally understand where you come from, because I had that happen to me. A dog killed my cat in my house.
Mhm.
It was very traumatic. So
Yeah, it was in my house too. Yeah.
so I totally get where you're coming from. It's a deep, raw pain, and it's hard to even address.
Yes.
But to say that for you, on the other side, she wants you to know that she did not suffer. She went very quickly. She does not hold you responsible in any way. She is like, she said it was unfortunate, and she said, it was a surprise to her, but she has not left your side. She is still around you, and she wants you to be able to remember the love, to remember the good things that all that you guys did together, because she feels your pain, and she goes, you don't need to hold on to that. She goes, I'm happy. I'm okay. So like I said, there was no suffering. So it was, it was a blessing in the sense that it was very quick.
Right.
So she is very understanding, and she says, she's hoping to be able to come back to be with you again. She wants very much to have a second do-over, as it were.
Yes.
To kind of, start over and like get it right this time.
Yes, that's how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was such a surprise. And so she just says she sends you lots of love. She says, please, it's okay for you to let it go, not to hold on. Don't feel guilty. Don't take any responsibility for it. It's not your responsibility to take. That was sort of her path and what she had to go through.
Right.
And so to look forward and to open your heart and space so that when she does come back, you're able to see her in her new form. Because you don't want to be so stuck on the past that you can't see then what comes right in front of you.
Yeah.
In the future coming down the pike. And it could be, it may be another year or so, but she's going to be coming in. So just be patient, keep an eye out, and trust your instinct, because you'll know when it's like, oh, this is familiar. I know this energy, and you'll know what it is. And for yourself, take the time for you to do the grieving that you need to do, to let it go yourself, because you have to grieve that, and you have to let go of the anger. You have to let go of all the grief, and allow yourself to do that without any, like I say, self-blame or recrimination on yourself, because and again, it's going to take some time, and when you're ready, she will appear, or some other animal will appear. She's not ready yet, so you can't rush it, and don't feel like you have to pressure yourself to get something. Because I know with my process, like my husband was like, well, we need to get something, and I went to a kennel, and it was like, I'm not ready. I can't deal with this yet. So honor yourself and your timing, and you'll know when you're ready. Okay, and take care of yourself. And she's always there, so talk to her. connect with
Mm.
her, know that she's there with you. Okay.
Thank
And
you.
I feel you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So there you go.
Thanks, Carolyn. Go ahead, Michelle, and then Susie.
Hello, Brianna.
Hi.
How long ago did your cat pass away? How long ago did that
2016.
happen? 16?
2016.
Oh, okay. So I had a message from my cats, and it feels like your cat has the same message for you from the other side, and that is to, whenever you think about the trauma of what happened when she was leaving, to fill your thoughts with memories and happy times that you had together, and just little bits and pieces of joy that you shared, until it just drowns out all of the thoughts of the way that she left.
Right.
And that will also help her when she goes back in to have an easier time with the next incarnation. So
Mhm.
just trying to focus as much as you can on shifting that energy to the joyous thoughts, because that's the only thing that is going to be a treasure to you to remember, is the happy memories, not the end. And that's really hard, because when it's the last moments you've spent with your pet that were sad, you've got to replace that with something else so that you can enjoy the treasure of their memory. And then also when they come back, you'll have a fresh, clean beginning.
Yeah. It's been hard to even face it. Just
Yeah.
because, yeah, it's hard with the.
Yeah. And like the other people were saying, there's absolutely no guilt or blame. The cat would never, ever wish that on you or itself. And
Yeah.
if you can blame your cat for being in that situation, that's about as ridiculous as your cat blaming. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
there's really no blame or guilt. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. You just love each other, and it's time for another level of connection until you see each other again.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing, Brianna.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Susie.
Hey, Brianna. I also got that there was no blame.
Mm.
Sadie is not laying anything on you. In fact, she
Mhm.
is actually grieving with you because she knew there would be more time. She thought there would be more time, and
Right.
yet it's gone. Um,
Yeah.
she talked about forgiveness and was like, "Does she forgive you or what?" It's like, um, it wasn't that. It's she's asking you to forgive the dog who did this. Now, for me, forgiveness is reclamation of energy, because you are working. It's like that dog. So, what you can do is take some time to breathe and center and put yourself in this sacred space that you have, which, by the way, has Sadie sitting to the right of you,
Mm.
being so calico-y in her own calico way. And you both sit there, and there's the dog placed in front of you. He's being a good boy now, and he's sitting there not doing anything because this is his job. And you say, I want my energy back from you. Here is your energy back at you. You can demand it. You can say, good boy. You can play fetch with it, whatever's going to resonate with you to retrieve your energy from that dog, to
Mhm.
retrieve Sadie's energy from the dog. And then you can restore his energy to him. And that way you both return to a wholeness. And
Mm.
that's a part of a grieving process that can help you release them. And you may need to do this a few times. It feels like, as Michelle suggested, you transition over to from focusing on this end to what was good. And you're going to find that those are going to become less intense as you go, as you return the energy, as you shift your energy around the event. And reclaiming that energy. And it's a form of release. And she's not going to go away. I agree with Carolyn. She's not going to go away. I think the word she was looking for was recrimination. But okay. But there's no blame. Everybody. It seems to me like all these energies are going, the hell, because it was a surprise ending.
It
But
was.
Yeah, yeah. And you will get through it. And you've got her support. And just reclaim your energy, and that's going to help you further along your path.
Yeah, I like that.
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone else for Brianna? Maybe I am, let's see, share a little bit about you. Two of the talents that you have in your eyes are priest, priestess, and artisan. And priest, priestess is about emotions. It sees not only what's here, it sees potential and possibility. It wants to inspire and motivate people to stretch and reach for that possibility. So you feel emotions deeply. And integrity is so important to you. And so that's why I like facing this and being with this and feeling your feelings about this and reconnecting with your cat. Like that helps you get more in integrity for you.
Yeah.
And then artisan's about freedom, creativity, pleasure, and energy. So just, yeah, the energy would be more clear in your space too from doing with this.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, anyone else want to share with Brianna? Right. Thank you so much, Brianna, for trusting us and for opening back up and opening your heart more.
Yes.
All right, we've got one more question. So Deborah, Deb, and yeah, so let's see, I can go find you and ask you to start your video. I see where you are. You can just on the bottom left. Here we go. So I'm asking you to start your video. Can you start your video? And that will enable me to, oh, here we go. Okay, great.
Yeah, does that work?
Yeah, that does.
Good. Hi, Michelle. I know her. Hi, I appreciate getting me in at the last moment. I have a couple questions. I have received a lot of animals and visions, like going up the road, coming home. I saw a buffalo or bison in the sky. It was a humongous buffalo. And it didn't last real long, but it was in the stormy weather. And then the night before my son died and the night before my husband died, 18 months apart, I was going up the same road. And there was a humongous white owl. It had to have four feet wingspan. It was humongous. And it followed me up the road, probably an eighth of a mile, and then it just went away. And then they died the next day. So, and then I've had a white owl out here with my grandson when he was dumping the trash. And I just wondered, what kind of a connection do I have with animals that I see different types all the time? That's one question I have. And then I have another question that has to do with my daughter's dog. She used to live next door to me, and I'll show you a picture. She had two dogs. One is Gunny on the left, male, and the female is Jersey. Oh. You see it?
Yeah, we can. How old are they there?
They're probably about
just a few months.
I'm guessing 4 or 5 months. But the other picture I have is Jersey now. That's the female. And she has some issues with, my daughter doesn't live next door anymore. They live about 12 miles away. When my daughter, her dog is so attached to her that when she leaves, she has to cover the couches with blankets and like stools and such. Otherwise she'll get up there and just make a mess and pee on it. And then she just is so frantic until Michelle gets home and she opens the door and she's all happy and everything. So I wonder if you could maybe also read her and see if there's anything that she can do to help that situation.
Well, it just seems clear that you've got shamanic healing in your history, right? And so that you have that in you too. Is there anything that you practice now?
I've been trained for Reiki, but I don't actually practice it. I work on myself sometimes. I know that's terrible.
Oh, but I think it's here, it's through you, it comes through you. I mean, so it's here, and it's, if you want to open to it more, there's a lot more that's available.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the others are going to have a lot more to say.
What was the female's dog's name?
Jersey is the female, and Gunny's not here any longer because where I live, she was letting the dogs out to go to the restroom one day, and they scurried and saw a rabbit and took off. And they went up the road, and one of the cowboys shot Gunny and killed him. And Jersey she witnessed the whole thing. It was pretty traumatic for my daughter.
Yeah. Go ahead, Susie.
Hey, Deb.
Hi.
Yeah, Jersey is severely traumatized by that event. And that's why she freaks out, because she's concerned that your daughter's not going to come back, just like what happened with Gunny.
Okay.
Uh, I I really don't have, I'm going to leave it for the other practitioners to see how we can shift the energy around that. I recommend that you can send energy, you can send Reiki to her for calming and for reassurance. Have your daughter send those images to her that she is coming back. Maybe even do a real quick run through, like, this is how long it's going to take. But I'm betting somebody's got better ideas than I do. As far as these ancestral animals that you are seeing, yeah, I agree. You've got a lot of ancestral healing there. I'm seeing, is that on your father's side? I'm seeing it on both sides of your family, that you've got quite a bit of tribal knowledge and tribal, not magic, but tribal, it's almost shamanism, but those healing abilities that come through these lines. And these are related to you not doing Reiki so much. Here's an opportunity being presented to you where you can Reiki-fy the dog, you can Reiki-fy the situation and help them integrate their trauma.
Okay.
This is, I feel it is one of these latent talents you have that you're going to grow into, and having the dog there to serve this as your entree into this healing ability, this healing modality, is going to help you grow. Because I feel that there's a little bit of, oh, I can't do this on people. Ooh, I'm not good enough for that. But a dog, sure, that's okay. You can do that. So this is going to get you grooving for it, so that you can expand it. But
Right.
you do have a deep connection with these ancestral roots, and you can call on these ancestors, the grandmothers and the grandfathers. Usually I see the grandmothers behind somebody, but you've got a plethora of ancestral healing behind you. The healers coming forward saying, anytime you're ready. Then they're not saying it sarcastically in the least. They are just saying, whenever you're ready, but this is a very good time. You've got a lot of energies flowing around you. This is that time of year, the veil is thinnest, and you can call them forward. Whether a dumb supper would be a good thing for you.
A what?
A dumb supper. It is something that one does at Samhain or at Halloween to honor the ancestors, where you lay out a dinner, you put plates out and the food on the plates, and everybody is quiet. Nobody says anything, and you leave a plate for the ancestors.
Oh.
And you walk in and you eat, and it works all telepathically. Again, it's about honoring the ancestors, and then you leave. You come in an order if you have more than one, and then you leave in the same order. And then that food that you have set aside for the ancestors is, whether you compost it or in a place where you can feed it to the animals, you do that as your offering. That will be throwing open the door for you to talk to these ancestors. They are happy to come through in your dreams. They're not going to scare you, and they're not going to say you're not doing your part. They are understanding that you want to ease into this ability, and that you can take your time, but don't drag your heels. That makes sense?
Yeah, I'd procrastinate.
Okay. Don't put it off. Don't put it stuff. I mean, in fact, as you work more with energy, you become comfortable with the energy and you're able to shift your energy so that you can affect some results that you've been looking for.
Right.
Even though your intention is to help somebody else, the energy comes through you and works on you first, and then it goes out. Um, uh, what did somebody ask? The meal is called a dumb supper, DUMB, as in quiet. And then, where was I going? So opening up to the ancestors, and they will guide you. They said you're ready for it, so it's not like they're going to be too intense, but you will get crazy downloads there.
When you mentioned a native, I actually live on a reservation.
Okay.
Yeah, probably I've heard 25 past lives as one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's there somewhere.
These are part of your ancestry, and these are spirits of the land. So the more you can care for the land, you can deepen that. So you have got a situation in which you can access so much energy all at once, and it's going to be there and support you and lift you up and open you up to these healing modalities. And you're going to feel like, oh my God, I'm crazy. I'm getting all of this inspiration. Yeah, but this is inspiration you're ready for. You're ready for
Yeah.
that shifting about.
Yeah, one time I actually had smoke outside, and it turned into an apparition of a male Native American. I have a picture of it.
Mhm.
Quickly took a picture.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so the portal is ready. It's going to stay open for as long as it needs to.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, blessings and have fun. Enjoy
Oh,
yourself.
yes.
Thanks, Susie. Go ahead, Michelle. Then we've got Carolyn and Cindy.
Hi, Deb. How are you? It's good to see you.
Oh, you too.
Can you hear me? Hi.
I couldn't see you for a second.
So I have been just smiling uncontrollably because Susie was talking about the dumb supper, and I had this vision of you doing something kind of like that, but totally different. The owls that you have been seeing, I believe, are your ancestors trying to communicate with you, or people maybe that have been recently, crossed to a different plane in your family. And the owl is also very connected to goddess energy, and not just ancestors, but I would say probably the white calf buffalo woman, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
She's one of my guys, I was told.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that energy definitely came through in what I saw of the owl and the buffalo. And then, so when you're talking about doing self Reiki, just when you're like laughing about it, it made me feel that your ancestors were laughing at the same time, because they want you to know that when you're doing self Reiki, you're working on all of them. So you're not just doing yourself, you're working on your timeline, and you're working on so many levels. I'm getting all these chills now while I'm saying this right now, because you could also be working on your former self that was your ancestor. It's just so many layers of our selves incorporated into our ancestors that sometimes the lines get very blurry. So you could be your grandmother, and you could be healing all of that at the same time. So if you can visualize yourself in a special place that you go, or go to a special place on November 1st, which is, the thinnest veil day, you can work on that with intention and just imagine, layers of healing in your ancestral line and empowerment, and bringing back strength and energy and creativity and fun from your former selves. You can expand and heal and find joy on a whole new level.
Okay.
If you could do that with this coming week's energy. And I think that is everything. I made some little notes. So that was.
Thank you, Michelle.
That's everything.
Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Carolyn.
Yeah, you got some amazing energy around you. It's so cool. It's like we're all feeling the same thing. It's really amazing. And I like that Susie brought up Athena, because that's also that feminine goddess energy is also really powerful. And learn more about Athena, the goddess Athena, because she's very very strong, a lot of energy. And that owl, very cool. So I wanted to just talk a little bit more about Jersey. Definitely trauma. And your daughter can help, or you can help, but it's about opening up that intention of her being able to release that fear, that memory, that trauma, because it's sort of stuck in her and she's just replaying it, and it's over and over, and it's very traumatizing.
Talking about the dog or my daughter?
The dog. No, not your daughter. Sorry. Your daughter's dog, right? They're okay. No, the dog. Jersey, right? That's the dog's name. So she needs to have some help assisting her to release this, because it's way too much for her to let go of on her own. You can work with it yourself. You can help. Any of us that do healing work can assist with that, to help clear that energy so that that's released from her. Because and the separation anxiety, she needs that support from your daughter. Like Susie was saying, it's like, I'm here, I'm leaving, I am coming back, you are safe. Let your daughter tell her she is safe, that she's protected, that is not going to, you don't have to say that's not going to happen to her, but just that she is safe, because she's so afraid that something's going to happen. Grounding her. Again, you've got that Native American energy running through you. Grounding her, Jersey, a lot, to help her release that energy through grounding, because that's another way of helping her to purify and cleanse that energy out of her system so that she's able to release it. Also, any chakra work would be beneficial to help clear that out.
Loves the top of her butt rubbed.
Yeah.
Just sit there and go.
Well, and again, follow your intuition on what she needs. You're connected with that. You can trust yourself. You don't need to logically understand it, but go with what feels right to help her release. Putting a protective bubble around her so that she is protected, so she feels comfortable, especially when she's gone. Like, have your daughter, activate a protective bubble around her so that energetically she feels safe.
Well, I'm trying to learn telepathy. So if I talk to her in mind to mind.
Yes, and show her that she's safe. Show her a picture, like you're getting all these images of these animals and these, visions. The animals respond to pictures. So if you can show her that she is safe, she's got a big, blanket around her or something, that she's protected, that show her that your daughter's going away, but then coming back. She'll be gone for, so she's always returning. And that she learns to trust that. Because it's a conditioning thing. She's been dealing with that, carrying that for such a long time now, that it's a part of her. So she just may need some, a little outside assistance to help through that. But she loves your daughter. She really loves your daughter. And I think that's part of it too. She really misses her when she leaves. But you have to convey to her, or it would be helpful to convey to her, that your daughter has to go to work, or she has to leave. She can't just be there all the time, but she will always return, so that she understands that it's not the end of the world.
She works. She has her own business at home, so she's home all the time. It's just like when she goes to the grocery store or something.
Okay, so but again, she has to learn that your daughter has to have room to leave, and it's okay. you
Yeah.
know, so that it's, you know, and, you know, give her a job when she's gone. Like when your dog is, or I mean, when your daughter's leaving, you
Mhm.
know, assign Jersey some sort of job to do while she's gone, you know, protect the house, to keep an eye on it or something, so that she has something to focus on other than the fact that your daughter's gone.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's experimentation and experimenting and, you know, just coming up with little different
Okay.
things. But I think there's a lot of possibilities here, and I think you certainly have the skills and ability to facilitate a lot of this
I will work on it.
yourself. So, and trust yourself and your energies, because like all of us, we've all had to learn to trust our abilities. They come up and you're like, oh my God, do I know what I'm doing? I don't know if I know what I'm doing.
Mhm.
And experiment and try, and don't be afraid to try. Because, you know, like you say, you've got your ancestors and your support system around you. So
Well, I'm
it's-
pretty sure it's there because when I had the training, I was working on a gal, she was on the table. And when we were both done at the same time, she like got out of her relaxation, and she and I at the same time said, oh my gosh, my hands are hot. She said, you're making me sweat.
yeah, it's very cool because you can really feel that energy transfer. It's happening, you know. So
Yeah.
trust yourself. Just trust yourself. Go into your heart. If you're coming from your heart, it's all good.
Okay,
There's
thank
no
you.
right or wrong here. So
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Right. I know Cindy's going to be next, and I just a comment in the middle. Is your daughter's house really neat?
At times, she's got 2 grandchildren, real small. I have an older grandson that's 22, but the other little ones are like 5, 6, and 8 now.
Does she keep it really neat and clean? Like there's nothing left out?
Yeah, the kids have their corner and stuff. They're in the
Does I know that I mean you're the dog's in the whole house, but like does your daughter leave something like really lovely and smelly of hers with the dog, so the dog really smells her with her?
Well, she does her work. It's a 2-story house, but she does her work in the corner of the dining room kitchen area. She does like t-shirts and stuff. And so that one area is Michelle's, and Jersey usually sits under the bar area behind the sink on the other side of it. And she'll sit right there where all the chairs are at, or on the couch if she can get on there, but they don't let her on there.
But something really smelly and stinky that your daughter wears, you know, would be really great. You know, like go running in something and like leave that with the dog. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, great. Cindy's probably got more too.
Yeah, I totally agree with what Carolyn has and the other practitioners have suggested. You know, definitely speak to the dog and let the dog know that it's a short journey that your daughter's going on, and we'll be back, and maybe she'll even bring you a treat if you're a good dog. What I heard from the dog goes like this: I'm aggressive. I'm scared to be abandoned. I want to go everywhere she, meaning your daughter, goes, and I hate being left by myself.
Mhm.
But the dog suggested that you play Native American music when I'm alone.
Ooh,
Okay.
interesting.
Now let's get to you. All right. So, okay, for you, I heard the spirits call you Spirit Walker, that you were a great shaman, and people would come to you and you were calling their animal spirits to come forward to speak messages of what plants the people needed. And you would make plant medicine, working with the ancestor spirits, the totem animals. And then the ancestors say, it's time to work with the animals that appear to you one at a time, and to record your stories of each experience and share these as a book of animal wisdom. Yes, walk and share the good red road.
That's awesome.
You're
I'm
welcome.
trying to write a book right now, so that'll fit right in. That's great. Thank you.
Great, great. Right. Anything else for Deb? Go ahead, jump in if you got something else.
Okay, I do. And it's another case of Carolyn said it as soon as I wrote it, give the dog a task. We would tell our Doberman, Dakota, to take care of the house. And I agree that giving that imagery of she's going, this is what she's doing, and she's going to come back. But give Jersey a task,
Okay.
and she'll be, hopefully, it's going to take her a bit to shift over into that. Okay, I can do that. But yeah, I made the note. Carolyn said it, so it must be true.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate your help.
Great. You're very welcome. I hope to have you back on some of our other events. Maybe you'll be sharing something with people at some point soon.
Yeah, that'll be great. Oh, just for info, I also saw a Sasquatch in the sunset one day. And I took a picture of it and didn't see what it was until I got home, and then I enhanced the picture a little bit with the color, and I could see it.
Great.
Yep, they're there. But thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
Very welcome. Thanks so much for your question and letting us
Thank you.
share. All right. Well, we have come to the end of our event. I've got the practitioner's information in the chat and also some upcoming events. Some of our upcoming events online are tomorrow. We have our online fair. We have about 15 practitioners that are here for 4 hours. We spend an hour in the main room introducing ourselves and then answering questions from the audience like this, and it's free. So shorter, quicker answers. And then we have 3 hours with practitioners in breakout rooms. And there are many talks. Well, let's see. So some of the modalities they'll be sharing, intuitive tarot readings, badass goddess transformation, guided energy medicine, shamanic psychic readings, soul contract charts, chatting with spirit, pranic healing, my intuitive eye readings, afterlife intuition, mystic tarot insights, psychic readings of mind, body, spirit, Reiki infused shamanic drumming, color energy healing, becoming a massage therapist. And we've got so many talks. We've got 20 talks. I just can't list them all. If you go to the page where you got here, joinmeweonline.com, and you scroll down, you'll see information on all the talks. And let's see, we have also Thursday, we have Black Cat Conjure for Halloween and Samhain coming up because that's all coming so close. And then we have the healing power of words, images, symbols, and metaphor, another panel on Wednesday, November 10. And in person, we have coming up the BEPC Conscious Wellness Expo in Kent, Washington. I help run that. That's November 6, 7. And then November 2021, there's a MeWe fair in Portland. We're back to meeting in person. And then Saturday, Sunday, December 4, 5, we have a MeWe fair in Bellevue. So lots of opportunities to connect with us online and in person. And practitioners, we're going to go around and have you share your name, your modalities, and your contact info. Feel free to share your special as well, particularly share your contact info. So if people go back and watch the video later, they can find you. Maybe we'll go ahead in the same order as before. I think was it Carolyn and then Cynthia and then Cindy and Susie and Michelle, I think. Go ahead.
Okay, Carolyn Osborn, Energy Intuitive, Chiron Energy Medicine, and you can reach me at my website, chironenergymedicine.com, and you can see it right up here, or my phone number. And I'm offering a 20%, I have a discount in the code, a code somewhere in there. And I also offer a free 20-minute consultation. So would love to talk to anybody if you have questions or, help you in any way. And again, I do animal communication, energy medicine, medical intuitive, in all ways to help you and your animal both. So would love to talk to you. Thank you.
And your code is MeWe Octanove 20.
Yep, there it is. Thank you.
You're welcome. Cynthia.
Hello again, everyone. My name is Cynthia Okimoto, and I am a Reiki and animal communicator and healer, also a holistic dog trainer. I felt like there are a lot of behavioral things that were coming up with the questions tonight. So if you're interested in a healing for your pet, or if you want to do holistic dog training over Zoom or FaceTime, I do have clients that I do this with. We do a lot of bad acting. It's a lot of fun. And what I do is I invert the hierarchy of the pet being number one in the house to them being more in a follower role, and that really allows their personality to come out. It's so much fun for me. It's so much fun for everyone in the family as well. So if you're interested, you can connect with me over my website. It's www.newyorkdognanny.com. New York is spelled out, and my special for participants this evening is 50% off a healing. So it would be $30.
Thanks so much, Cynthia. Cindy?
Hi, I'm Cindy McGonagle. I'm a psychic medium and animal communicator, and I love to teach you how to become an animal communicator so that you can have a closer relationship with the animals in your life and animals on the other side as well. My psychic readings go deep, and what I do there is I actually help you to realize and send codes of light to you what your soul path is in this lifetime and how to activate your gifts, talents, and abilities with that purpose. I can look at the past lives that are affecting you and your relationships, and I can help you resolve those as well. I love working with animals, and I want to encourage each one of you to go deep within and form that closer relationship by using your telepathic abilities with not only animals, but plants and other people. So we're all here on the planet to bring through our highest and best. And you can find me on Instagram at my name, Cindy McGonagle, and my website, cindymcgonagall.com. I'm also on Clubhouse. I have 2 clubs. They're listed in the chat. And it's been a pleasure tonight. Thank you so much. I feel honored to have entered your life and helped you in any way. Thank you.
Thanks, Cindy. All right, Susie, and then Michelle.
Hi, I'm Susy Parker Goins of Blue Lightning Healing and Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. You can find me at bluelightninghealing.com, and that's where my contact info is, and you can schedule an appointment or see where I'm going to be. I've got a special now, which is you use the code 60 MeWe 20 to get 20% off an hour-long session. I also want to plug that on October 30th, I am going to be at Jumpstart Your Spiritual Life, your spiritual journey. And the registration is live, and you can go to the front page of my website, and under the little blocks it says in Susie's World, and there's the link there. It's $79 for a full day of teaching from 5 practitioners. I'm one of them. I'm so excited to be here and to be a part of the online community. I love the practitioners I interact with. I learn so much from them and from you who are asking the questions. And yeah, thank you very much. And I hope to see you again. Well, I'll be at the online fair, right?
Yes, you
Yeah.
will
So,
tomorrow.
okay. You guys can't
Yes.
shake me. Ha ha ha.
5 to 9 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Same Zoom room. Michelle.
Hello, I'm Michelle Mahler, and my business is Circle of Healing. I can be reached at circleofhealingessentialoils.com is my website, and I'm also on Instagram at Circle of Healing Aromatherapy, and on Facebook, Circle of Healing or Michelle Mahler. I do mostly phone consultations right now. I may be doing a few in-person consultations like once a month coming up in Mount Vernon, but the phone consultation special is normally $60, which includes an oil that's custom made for you and or your pet. It could be for both of you separate oils or something for you to work with yourself or the pet to work with. And the special is $40 up until November 3rd. So it'd be a third off of the reading, and it includes shipping that oil or oils to you. So we would have 20 minutes on the phone to discuss what's going on with you, and I can tune in with your voice and tone, and your higher self helps me to understand what it is that I should ask and to get to that point of finding what you really need on which level you need right now. I think that's all of my information.
Great.
Thank you for having me with you tonight.
Oh, you're so welcome. The phone did a little funny thing. The video did a little funny thing. So I'm just going to say it again. It's $40 for a phone reading and a custom oil, and shipping is included. So that's 33% off, and it's good through November 3.
Yeah.
Great, great, great. All right.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm the intuitive eye reader, body psychology coach, matchmaker. You can learn more about me at LaureliShimayo.com. That's LaureliShimayo.com. That goes to all my other websites, including this one about the MeWe fairs. That's MeWeFairs.com. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. I'll take us off spotlight, so those of us that are still here can all be here together. Thank you so much.